You know what, man? Three words I would never ever think I would ever say. Mo was right.
What did Mo say? First off, fuck that nigga. How y'all doing,
uh,
three black? How y'all doing? Working Top Sports Show. What the hell that nigga say?
so last week we were talking about it. Mo is apparently he's a born again Washington Commanders fan now, but
No, he's not. No,
but
he's not.
apparently,
No, he's not. Much like, hey, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. I love you, Mo, but much like, I don't know. I don't know. Much like with a lot of niggas in the hood, I do not trust a word that comes out of your mouth unless your tongue is notarized, and even then, I don't believe it.
but Mo said that if Jeff Saturday could coach, anybody could coach, and I
He's
didn't.
right about that,
He's right
actually.
about that thing. Now here's the thing. I had an adventure with the girlfriend in Pennsylvania, so I totally forgot Saturday football games were happening, right? So I'm at Hershey Park and I'm on my phone and she's
I'll
on
be
her
right.
phone and stuff. And I happened to look on the phone and I was like, oh damn, Ravens lost to the Browns. Well, that sucks. And then I look at the Colts Vikings game and I see, Vikings won 36-33. And at first I was like, damn, Vikings are struggling this much against the Colts? Whatever. Go on to Facebook. Somebody said, and I quote, did the Colts drop a 33-point lead? And I was like, get the fuck out of here. Get
That's
the
what
fuck
I
out of
saw first because I looked at the score. Jesus, Vikings.
halftime.
Hey,
It was 33 zip.
guess that's how it goes, my nigga. Ha 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 ha. Right. Next thing I know, next thing I know, about probably like 3 hours later. The fuck?
When I got back home, that when we got back from PA, I immediately went to YouTube and NFL puts up the highlights, right? So I immediately fast forward to the third quarter after halftime. I have never seen a team whittle down a 33-point lead the way the Vikings did. It was
That takes a
insane.
combination. Now y'all know how I make the joke. Hey man, it takes effort to be that bad. No, this took physical effort, meaning that you had to stop playing defense, stop playing effective defense. Number two, that also goes into this whole thing of inept in you just Chris. All they had to do was kick a field goal.
That's all they had to
That's all you really technically had to do. If they just made it to the 45 and just kicked field goals, two would have went in. Two would have went in. They couldn't even do that, man. I don't understand. Here's the level of irony is this. Number one, that Matt Ryan blew the biggest lead in Super Bowl history and then blew the biggest lead in league history. Here's the other irony. The former coach was Frank Wright, a dude that owned the record for the biggest comeback in NFL history. The second you got rid of him, the gods of football said, oh, I got an idea. then, and I'm not taking nothing away from Jefferson, Kirk Cousins, all the Vikings. I'm not taking away because much like Dallas this year, I had both of them being dark horse teams that were going to surprise the hell out of everybody.
Real quick, it wasn't even Jefferson. Fucking KJ Osborne, who has been quiet this whole goddamn
the entire season. I didn't even know Osborne played for them niggas, young. How in the world do you like I said, let's just hold all that back. No, this team had to climb itself back from nothing.
Kirk Cousins.
Then the Vikings defense showed up.
I didn't even play Kirk Cousins.
You just had to kick a field goal. Kick a field goal. You know what? We're going to get to it.
Hold on, D. It was 39-36. My bad. So they did kick a field goal, but they
couldn't. Oh, yeah, they did. They actually did. Just one. I think that was like in the third quarter or some shit.
I didn't even touch Kirk Cousins in fantasy, right? This nigga put up 84 points in fantasy for that comeback. That is insane.
Wait a minute. He's my backup quarterback. Is he my backup quarterback?
I think he was.
Whatever.
I think he was. But either way,
I think he is. I should know. I just want to know how much you push him. But no.
That was the most dog-walking second half of football I've ever seen in my life. I was like, okay, so they scored 7 points. All right, cool.
It was literally
21, 20. I'm like, what? What?
If anything could really just top off this the whole weekend, seeing how the Browns got over on the Ravens, number one. But Chris, that being said, this whole weekend was quite literally the Silver Dome caving in on itself. Like this whole week has been full of shenanigans. Shenanigans when it comes to football. You're the dumbest there is, man.
Gentlemen, not even that. Can you explain to me what the fuck the Patriots were thinking at what? Dude, just take the tackle and go into overtime. What the hell were you thinking?
Touchdown. First of all, let me make it very clear. The Raiders have gotten 2 victories they should not have gotten this year. This is one of them.
I'm sitting there looking at it. I was like, all right, it's going to go in overtime. Hey, my man, why'd you lateral? Why did you lateral? What did you do?
No, you know, I said the stupid thing that everybody says when you everybody doing the usual, Monday quarterback shit. Like, well, if he could have just ran 2 more yards, and then he did the lateral, then everybody would.
It's like there's no explaining this. It's like,
oh man, you know what? This year I've been great at calling shit in mid action. And the second I noticed that they were running, they pitched it right, and I was like, okay, they're gonna do the Stanford play, right? Just keep lateraling back and forth, right? And this thing works less than 1%. It's a less than 1% chance this shit ever works, okay? Mm-hmm. Number one, you're doing it out of desperation, seeing if you can luck up and maybe boom, bomb it, somebody catches in the end zone or on the 1 yard line, whatever the hell you want to do. But what really gets me with that is that it never works. And
somebody on the Patriots getting fired. I know
who was it? No, I'm sure now Bill Belichick he's already checked out. He's just leaving it on Patricia and the other nigga, and they both can't. And they both, I swear to God, this whole season have done nothing but fuck up a cup of water, and they can't do nothing. Like, dog, Mac Jones is not nearly as bad as y'all think he is. You know why? Because he got 2 coordinators that don't know what the hell they're doing.
Mac Jones looked so confused at the end of the game, like, the hell, guys? Like,
Mac Jones literally, no, and then not only for his homeboy to try to throw it back at him, it gets picked off. And I told myself, hey, yo, Mac, duck before that nigga slap you. Oh, my God. Whack! Let me tell you something, though, Chris. He didn't have to do that. He could have easily just, he could have easily done that. I'm a Derrick Henry this bitch.
Second off, there's also other things.
You're not taking a game day 98 for no reason. Pop. 0 reason.
You know what? I feel bad for Justin Fields being on the Bears because, like, the Bears, there is a good team somewhere there.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in that team. It's like, it's something there because, like, when I saw them play the Eagles, it's like, there's a good team here. The defense ain't that bad. There's something here. I don't know what's going on. I don't know whether it's the play calling. I don't know what it is. It's just something that's, like, off.
I think it's the whole team. I think it's the coaching. I don't think the team. I think there are personnel on that team that can work. I don't think they work well as a team, especially offense. I think there are good pieces. They got a couple of good pieces on the offense, and I really mean this. I feel like Justin Fields is probably the best of his draft class. I truly do mean that. It's just that it's so hard to see a good. I think he is.
Not say who else was in this draft class. I'm
trying. Who else wasn't it? That was the same one of God, who was it? Fuck it, I'll look it up in a minute. I think that was for Hurts and all them too. But I think he's fine. I like him. But the problem about it is he's proven to me this season or last season he can take a hit. He can take a hit. He can go through shitty games and all the rest of that. And he had proven to me on several occasions this season he is more than willing to putting the team on his back. The problem is they ain't got the squad for it, man, at all.
Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, and Mac Jones.
Yeah, I think he's one. No, see, we're gonna talk about him. My boy actually showed up against my goddamn team, but Trevor Lawrence, Trevor actually might be the best one in that then. So I kind of got that messed up.
Yeah. I mean,
Brother, man, look. But that being said,
David Mills. Forgot about that. Forgot about him. Totally
bro,
forgot about
here's
him.
the thing though. You just mentioned Zach Wilson. That's a good one to bring up.
Oh, the Jets. They got the.
Oh man, how you gonna,
I had a
they
word.
gave him a squad, bro.
Dude, the Bills Jets game I enjoyed because I was expecting it to be a ton of snow, and apparently it didn't snow until like the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. I was like, oh, well, damn, never mind.
Yeah, they had all that snow the night before and did nothing.
Apparently, it was like a lightning snowstorm shit that happened, and I was like,
No lightning that jump. That happens. That's that weird northeastern.
It's like you would think that would be some
No lightning.
shit. Yeah, it's like but yeah, that game was good. Yeah, I think the Bills needed that game more than the Jets, to be honest, just to solidify themselves. Now, I'm like this, hey Jets, if y'all don't get to the Super Bowl after this, I don't know what to tell you.
You know, there is something though about that.
The Bills don't get to the Super Bowl. I'm going to be really kind of like, so Bills, what's going on? Like,
and you know, I already told you earlier. I think the Bills have the same problem the Cowboys got. They're already looking like we're already there. No, you're not. Y'all not there. And I think the Bills have done that several times where they had no business losing. And Dallas did the same thing because I think that's how Dallas lost this week. Dog, we're not playing Philly yet. Why are y'all all, you know, your mind, you can tell that a team's mind is already 3 weeks, 2 weeks ahead of time. And that I smell that on Dallas. I smell that on Buffalo. They're both the same way. It's like, stop doing that shit. Because y'all gonna be dropping games and you're gonna be sitting at home with 2 more games left in the season. Mad as hell. Man, we need to finish it out. You need to do this. That's what it's shaping itself up to be.
The biggest problem a lot of these teams have, and I think it's really something that a lot of people won't admit, is that with every great team, there's at least one component, which is a force multiplier, a legitimate force multiplier. And I think a lot of teams, they have a lot of talent, like the Dallases of the world, the Bills of the world. I don't think anybody has emerged as a force multiplier. Tom Brady was a force multiplier, and him being absent from New England is making it come to the forefront even more. New England's style of recruiting is not very attractive. It is well known that you don't like to pay people. There's no consistency at any position in that organization since Tom Brady. He has been the guiding light of that organization for many years. So now that he's gone, you know, Bill Belichick's inconsistencies are coming to the forefront. At some point or another, you're going to have to stop playing Moneyball. You're going to have to start paying people to come and play for you. Yeah, your system is tight, and you've shown that you can win some games with less talent, but you don't have a force multiplier. You don't have that constant light there. Now, I think Micah Parsons has the potential to be that. And the reason why I say he does is because that level of ability is scarce on the defensive side of the football. But
and that young and that fucking fast with it too, yeah.
Exactly. The last defensive player that I can honestly say was a force multiplier for their team was probably Ray Lewis. Joe Flacco had an outstanding Super Bowl game, but everybody talked about Ray Lewis and how they kept him in the game.
Ray Lewis made the Madden cover, not Joe Flacco.
I would say the same thing. I would. There's not one person I would say that on for Seattle, but I felt Seattle was the same way. Like everybody said Richard Sherman, it wasn't Richard Sherman because I felt Cam did good. I felt that it was the whole defense as a unit. But once again, it goes into what you said. You have that one person that gives the whole team an edge. Exactly. Not just one person, the entire squad. And that's when that's that thing you just talked about. That's how people start having no confidence for certain quarterbacks, whether they be rookie, veteran, whatever it is. Dog, you did not show me that bite. Yeah, you probably got 1,001 dogs in you, and that's what every quarterback needs. But here's the problem about that: can you win when it needs to? When you need to win? Exactly. I love Dak. Dak got nothing but dog in him. Dak, can you win games? I can try. I ain't asked you that. Hey,
He's
when I asked
basically
you,
that Dak is very 50-50 when it comes to
yeah, that's what I'm saying. The reason why they like, I hate saying this, the reason why they like Taylor Heineke, he doesn't have that dog in him, but goddamn it, I see what they say.
Yes, guts.
He don't play scared.
He
And
doesn't.
that's why
Hey, look.
I kind
Play
of still hang on
scared.
to Dak because he don't play scared. You know how many times this nigga done thrown in the double coverage and made it? And
Yo.
made it?
Hey, look, Andre.
Decent throws.
Look, Andre. That's what made me feel so bad for Washington against the Giants because they came close to fulfilling my need of a tie game to fucking end it. And the rest was like, nah, flag, you weren't.
We ain't doing this twice. Nah, Shenanigans will not happen here. Not in the Lord's house. Not today.
They looked right at what's his face on Washington. It was like, he ain't set, flag. I was like, what? What?
That was
Let me
crazy.
get this shit straight. Let me
That
get this
shit
straight.
was
So
crazy.
let me get this straight. So you need to tell me after how old I am. All right, I'm gonna say 29 years of watching football, right?
Yeah.
You need to tell me. I know when a wide receiver gets to the line, he has to be on the line. He has to be set a certain way. I know that, and especially he's on the single side.
Yeah.
If it's like two, two classic wide receivers, of course they both will be up on the line. Here's where I know this is bullshit. We have seen many times wide receivers just put one foot down and lean a little bit. We have seen many times a wide receiver be a half a step back, but the ref let it go because he knows you in the general vicinity. As long as you're not doing this little BS where you're leaning forward and you're clearly off the outsides, nobody's really going to call nothing. So the fact that Terry is sitting there waiting, flag going, I'm like, what just that?
And he asked him
There
twice.
is no way of getting around how they got screwed.
He did ask the ref twice. He looked right at the ref and was like, am I good? Am I
He
good?
looked at me. That's the part that frustrated me because wide receivers will do that. They'll do this thing. They'll look there at the ref like, ref ain't saying nothing about my feet. Cool. I'm going to look forward and go on. Here's the worst part. Chris knows this. I love the misfortune of the Washington Redskins. That was bullshit.
Yeah.
That was pure unadulterated BS. I feel so bad for the Redskins. They didn't deserve that. They didn't deserve that, yo.
But here's the thing, though. Detroit, the fact that they're even in the running of actually upsetting my all NFC East thing is just unsettling to me. It's like,
I'm for it. I'm for it just to see this glorious first round exit that they're going to do. Or, hey, shenanigans. They beat the Eagles.
Look. Can you imagine?
I see that, Andre. I'm saying the same thing too. Yeah, I was joking, but
Can you imagine? Hey, look.
Hey,
you know what though?
any given Sunday,
I was
bro.
joking, but
it's not out of the realm of possibility. Because remember that year that Dallas was like fucking 12-2 going to the playoffs, and
man, there's nothing like seeing Tony Romo, who was ace all year, looking at his offensive line. Y'all realize Eli about to beat us, right? Did I say fuck y'all? Did I say fuck y'all mama to any of you niggas?
Yeah.
Really? Because protection ain't here today. Because every time I drop back, my life is in danger. What happened to any of you? Patrick Creighton over there, you throw it to me. Shut the fuck up.
Dude, the whole week, everybody was like, see, Tony, you shouldn't have played golf during the bye week.
I like how Tony did nothing that year. He learned his lesson because he got embarrassed a couple years before that. I love how Tony stayed home, studied, and still lost. He a lollygagger.
I'm studying at home. I ain't doing no wrong.
Bruh. It's shameful how they wasted my man Tony, yo. They wasted my
Hey,
man Tony.
dog, and you know what? For D, it's such vindication. Y'all remember when we beat the Eagles, and then the very next game we had to play them in the playoffs, and we straight up dogged them?
And then again,
That was a vindication on another level because for me, not only was it the Eagles who beat us the entire decade prior, they was the proverbial thorn in our side, but they were the main ones making us feel bad because we had Tony Romo.
And then Mr. I stole welfare money whooped our ass playing for the Vikings.
Boy, I'm gonna tell you something. The Vikings,
I hated
they
Brett
were
Favre so much.
to beat the living crap out of us.
I hated Brett Favre so
mean,
much. I was like,
Freddie
why
kicked
you-
our ass.
the way I was sitting up there, like, why could you just stay retired, old man? I hate you. This was our year. You took this. I'm like,
No, Jared out. Look, Eric, look, you know what's bad? Because I knew we were in trouble because when we won, the first person that was clicking his heels with glee was Jared Allen. I'm like, Jared is going to fuck Tony Romo up.
yes, he did.
Second the game started, Tony running for his life. This blonde dude.
No.
Down said Hut. Jared Allen jumping over everybody. Jared was ready. Didn't win a ring that year.
I mean, look, man.
I felt bad for Jared. Jared would have been in the Hall of Fame right now if he won a Super Bowl ring. I'm saying it. He would have been in already.
So, D, I have to ask you this. Do you foresee a first round bounce out from the Tennessee Titans, despite them being first in their conference?
Actually, I need to know wait a minute. Who would they be facing if it started today? That's the good question.
Well, Bills will get the bye. So, would it be
I
like?
had my phone.
So, okay. So, if it started right there, it'll be Kansas City versus Miami, Cincinnati versus the Chargers. Oh, they be playing the Ravens.
Ravens versus the Titans.
Yeah,
That's actually a good question. No, for real. That's actually a really good question because
because Titans and Ravens.
I'm
feel
not
like
sold
two
on the
sides-
Ravens.
Both of them feel like two sides of the same coin, honestly.
Yeah, dude. Because the Ravens, they are good enough to make the playoffs. Don't the word good enough. I say they should be there, but they're good enough to make it. And the Bengals are going to make it, right?
Yeah.
The Bengals are clearly the better
Yeah,
team in that
they
division.
took over after the Ravens lost to the Browns.
Man,
They took over.
Let me tell you something. The shout out to the Bengals. They could have just really kind of stepped a little bit back and barely made the playoffs. No, they're trying to make it and try to be there.
Them
For
beating
them.
Mahomes got their mojo back.
Oh yeah. And I think I don't want to say it like this. A part of me thinks it ain't Jared Allen that they got to worry about. It's Joe Burrow that you got to worry about. I think the matchup isn't, as much as we love Mahomes versus Allen. I think the real one is actually Burrows versus Mahomes. I think those games are way more important to me because I just think God. I look at the Bills like how everybody else looks. Look at the Cowboys. Yeah, y'all good.
What are you gonna do when
Hey man, look. Y'all can shut everybody down y'all want to up in Buffalo. I'm just saying, second you got to do some work.
like on the NFC East side, Tampa Bay is in by default because the NFC South is so trash.
I still call bull, man. Hold on. Let me see the
They're 6-8.
standings.
They're 6-8.
Yeah, I know they're 6 and 8.
Only sub under 500 team in the playoffs. This is sick. This is sick, man.
Hey, look, there's probably gonna be more than because here's the funny part. Are you still serious? Everybody's still 5-9.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's still 5-9.
Which means anybody in NFC South can actually take over the number one.
So
NFC South.
all right. So let's look at the last 3 games. They
Tom
have.
Brady can definitely sneak his ass in there. I told
Now
y'all
here's the
that.
funny thing. It's probably going to happen because here's the last 3 games: Cardinals, Panthers, Falcons. They're losing one of them. They're going to lose one of those games.
Man, they gonna let Colt McCoy beat him?
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think. You wish. That's not that probably could happen. I don't know who's going to be the one. I don't know who is going to be the one to beat them, but yeah, man, that's how I feel about it, man. I think the Panthers are probably not going to make it because they got to play the Lions.
Bucks, and
They're
Saints.
done. We're done talking right there. They got to play the Lions. They're going to lose that game, but they're going to lose. They got to play the Saints, then the Falcons. No, they're not making it.
Bucks then Saints.
Bucks then Saints. Yeah, they're not going to make it. That was a nice idea. They're not going to make it. What about Atlanta though? Atlanta's last games are against the Ravens, the Cardinals, and the Buccaneers.
Saints might have a shot.
I don't think the Saints.
Eagles, Panthers.
Nope.
If the
Browns,
stars align
Eagles,
correctly, yeah, they got a shot.
Browns, Eagles, Panthers. They're not going to beat the Eagles.
I think that's going to be an upset, possibly.
Really?
Possibly.
We're talking about the Saints.
Yes, I know. It's possible. Eagles, to me, despite how good they are, they're shaky. They're still.
Oh no, the Eagles. Like I've been saying it all season, y'all. The Eagles. I've been waiting for that hammer of Damocles to fall on their head. Oh, it's coming.
They needed to.
It's been swinging. You ever see the swinging axe over James Bond? That's what they've been. It feels like that's been hanging over their head.
But if it happens against Detroit in the playoffs, I'm going to die. Like, are you serious?
All right, look, real talk. I think it's going to be Dallas. I really think it's going to be Dallas is going to. Because a part of me says this.
I hope it is.
Because if we lose this, because if we just. I don't think Gardner's gonna air it out on this, but let's just go with this. Let's just go with the idea. Minshew kills us, right? I have this feeling that happens. They are so getting their heads split in the playoffs because those are two losses that Dallas had to absorb.
Because as it stands right now, the playoffs start right now. Vikings will have to play the Commanders. 49ers will have to play the Giants, and Tampa will have to play Dallas.
And see, I'll be honest with you. I think Tampa or Dallas is the game that needs to go down. Period. Anyway,
they need to take down Brady. Dallas needs that because Dallas has lost.
Dallas has been looking for that W the last 2 years. It's just the truth.
Came this close this season. This close, and it's just.
Are we sleeping on San Fran too?
No, I'm not. I am only in the sense of this. I like the meme Big Cock Brock, but I don't believe in Big Cock Brock.
San Fran has.
I don't believe in it. That's all. That's just it.
San Fran has the benefit because nobody has data on Brock, so it's like, all right, we don't have data on this guy.
And as much as D hate to say this, nobody has yet to show me a real way of cracking their defense. I've seen teams get around them. I've seen San Fran shoot himself in the foot. You know what I'm saying? But I've never seen a team truly just ace out their defense. You know what I mean?
Debo is
so that's the bigger thing.
Debo is out for the rest of the season for MCL.
Oh yeah. Their offense is going to be dead.
So now it's like, all right, offense, what can you do without?
Man, their running game. I don't believe in a running game. I'm so sick and tired of you know what I'm saying. Man, the running game is not that great. Stop.
It's okay.
Stop.
It's okay.
Yeah, like Garrison Hurst is back there running niggas over. Stop it.
But I'm not gonna sleep on San Fran. I think they have potential.
I'm not at all. Not at all. I think San Fran. Look, I hate saying this because I'm not a fan. I don't like seeing San Fran get any victories, but I really actually had them heavy for the Super Bowl.
Vikings.
I really did because and also I'm a believer in Jimmy G. I actually like Garoppolo. I actually really do. Everybody says he's some butt. I'm like, no, he's not. He's Kirk Cousins. If Kirk Cousins, something like that.
So Zach Wilson.
I don't believe that. No, but put it this way: Jimmy knows how to win games. That's the thing. He may not be the best quarterback in the world, but I know that Bama has shown me that he can win. He knows how to win. He's gonna now again. I think he's still kind of like Dak himself. Can you win games? Like I see you win a game, but can you? So, but still, I would have gave him a better shot at winning the Super Bowl if Jimmy was all right. But
yeah,
I think it just sucks for San Fran because I think they really had it. I think they had the juice this year to go all the way and probably even fuck around and win it. But now, shit, the same thing for the Eagles too, man.
Yeah.
A part of me thinks that Gardner about to fuck up that whole chemistry.
Yeah, but
Gardner Minshew gonna go out there and throw 4 balls into the ground, and the offense is gonna stop working from there on out.
Cowboys signed T.Y. Hilton, and apparently they're still in play for OBJ. Just nothing locked down yet.
That ain't gonna happen this year. That's not gonna happen this year, and it shouldn't happen this year.
No. I don't even think he'd be able to play, even if they make the playoffs.
Even if he look, Chris, I'm gonna take it to you to tell to you this way. And it hurts me because I love Odell. I don't think he needs to come to Dallas, period. I think Dallas is wasting their time trying to even get him. At this point, you mean to tell me I gotta wait for you? And then when you come back from said injury, am I still getting at least some of the value that I had beforehand. This is an ACL injury, bro. And no offense, Odell, you getting up there in a certain age at this point, wear and tear is starting to really come at you. So
That's why
are you
Jerry
still worth me coming after the following year?
That's why Jerry.
Because at this point, if Jerry wants to get Odell, fine. But it better be because Odell always wanted to be a Dallas Cowboy at this point because he just don't want to get him.
That's why Jerry's kicking the tires on him like he's a used car. Because as much as everybody was like, "Oh, I don't know why Jerry treating OBJ that way," I'm like, no, understand. He's an injured player. That's like, do you want to throw the bag at him and you're fucked, or in the cap space, or do you want to sign a friendly deal that's not going to fuck you over in the cap space?
I think that, and that's where who was it? Fucking Shannon Sharp said something like that too. He was like, it ain't that. He's like, yeah, Jerry clearly wanted, but Jerry already know. How long I'm waiting for you? What volume I'm getting at you in? That's nice, son. I really, really like you. When are you going to be able to get on your field?
My thing is, at least he sees value in Dak despite what he's playing. It's like, oh, well, Dak's the man with the money.
And that's the reason why they got T.Y. But that shows you the reason why they got T.Y. They really feel that if they get one more wide receiver out there that can give a little bit of balance. I don't know what they're trying to get out of T.Y. I'm not going to act like I know it or none of that shit. I don't know how it's going to help them. That's my biggest thing. Because right now, the biggest problem that we have is inconsistency from the offense. And I think that's partly Kellen Moore. And just to be real with you, the person behind the center. Dak is not having a good time right now, man. Despite, it's kind of weird. I think Dak is playing fine. He's throwing the pick.
It's the 50-50.
He's throwing the pick. It's happening. Like I can't explain it.
50% of those interceptions is on him. The other ones is wacky NFL bounces where it's like, what the hell?
I wouldn't even say bounces because, all right, for example, what happened to Noah Brown? Hold on, Dre, you all muted, man. I got you. But
hit right to his chest, and it just
he hit Noah dead in his chest. He hit him dead in his chest. That ball wouldn't win. So I asked my friend who was the coach. I'm like, you a coach, man? Who you blaming that on? The wide receiver or the quarterback? He said they hit him dead in his numbers. That's the wide receiver. Right. He said you always blame it on the wide receivers, especially when it goes in the air like that. Usually that's because your wide receiver had no business putting his hands up a certain way, or he's the one that created in the air. Sometimes shit just happens. You know what I mean? I think with Noah, it's kind of half because I feel like if Noah didn't make no attempt at it, it would have hit the ground. We would have been all right. But at the same time, you can't predict. I'm gonna hit you in your numbers, and it's gonna go boop into the air.
Like Kellen Moore after that fumble because they should have just ran the ball and just let Jacksonville burn all three at the time. That
being said, shout out to Jacksonville because when Jacksonville put us in that position, I was dying, right? Because Zeke tried to get around that corner, they stuffed him. I was like, these niggas about to beat us. Oh my god, they're gonna get the ball back. Oh my god.
If me personally, I would have still
want to win. Oh my god, they want to win.
This is the thing. All I know is if that was Parcells been like, fuck it, we're gonna still run that shit.
Bill would have went up the give the curse of Bill Parcells up the middle. Hey Bill, we still got time on the clock, nigga.
Don't matter. Like he would have let Jacksonville burn all the timeouts and been like, all right, let's see what you do with no timeouts.
It's kind of funny. Bill Parcells' time management taught me a lot. It taught me a lot about putting all your chickens in one basket, putting all your eggs in one basket. You know what I mean? Because when Bill did that meant he went to super conservative mode. And I'll be real with you, that's one of the main reasons why people ate up Bill Parcells. It's like, oh, look who's trying to play defense. Okay. Hey, turn it up on these fools, man. Nah. They want to keep running the ball. Let them run the ball. like people know, like coaches know how to plan around shit like that, man. But it also taught me that a lot of coaches don't know how to work that damn time clock. Yeah, how is it to this day? We're like, man, they run like, yo, you got fans like this. The fans are like time out. And the coach don't time out. He doesn't even notice that the thing is moving and none of that shit, man. It killed me, man.
I hate you, Duke. Ron Gardner 50-50. God damn it.
Hey, dude.
I have no comment.
I do.
Thanks for the $5 though. Appreciate it.
I say this because he's my friend. You keep your fucking $5. Oh, I love you, Duke. Shout out to my boy Duke. We didn't have him. We didn't have Duke on this year like we usually do. We usually always, he'd be on here for 4 or 5 shows. We ain't have him this year. I love you, Duke, man. I told you I still owe you one for next year, man. I definitely owe you some for next year, bro.
I can always depend on Duke as a stalwart Washington Commanders fan. He is the realest as shit when it comes to that team because he was like, I don't know if Duke responded after they lost. He was like, well, I knew they were going to lose. So.
Shout out to Duke because Duke is the only person I've seen that will buy into AEW bullcrap. I'm like, Duke, you know that's bullshit. Duke. Shut the fuck up. I got friends here, Dwayne. Shut up.
Now, I have to ask you guys this. Do you think with the tanking that the Houston Texans did, they're going to get any benefits from it next year?
That's a good question. What do they want?
Yeah, like what is the team?
What do you want? Are you getting the quarterback? What are you getting?
The only thing I'll say to that is if they have multiple draft picks. I don't see the value in tanking at any time for a high draft pick. We've seen over the course of the last couple of years who has gone top 10 and who has actually lived up to the expectations of a top 10 first round draft pick. Very few. The
only times I see,
I don't put all my stock into the draft.
No, you're right because I
really don't put that much stock into the draft.
I only do that. I'm only if there is. It sounds weird because I've seen Dallas do this. That ain't even just Dallas. I've seen a couple of teams that do this. If you see an offensive lineman that's worth it, they'll do it. Push people out of the way. Push people out of the way to get him.
Travis Frederick was one of them.
That's what I'm saying. Like I remember, our boy, Martin, when Zach was coming out.
Yeah.
Dallas, like, oh shit, get him. I don't remember them. I don't think they moved up to get him. I think they did. I don't remember, but I remember they was like, oh no, we're. I think either they was like, no, we got it. We're fine. We already know we want that boy out of Notre Dame. We want the guy out of Notre Dame. Like to me, offensive linemen that go up high are worth it. They are because usually those dudes become all Hall of Famers. So that's the only people I would jump for. Running back, wide receiver, quarterback. That's a risk. Especially I think wide receivers are actually bigger wastes of time to move up to get. I really do.
Speaking of football, as a military vet, this was some big news that popped up today, actually. So if you are a person that serves in the military and you play sports for the Army, Navy, Air Force and stuff, it used to be a thing where you couldn't be eligible to get drafted because you still had to finish out your service in the military.
I heard they
passed something today to where you actually, if you get drafted for the NFL team, you don't have to serve anymore. You're done. So there's a guy that plays for Army that was actually trying to go for the draft, and apparently since they signed the whole bill today, he actually can go into the NFL draft if he wants to. So I'm like, oh,
that's good. That's actually good because here's the thing: the armed forces, they're not going to be getting too many blue chip people. They're really not.
Rare they ever get any.
Very not, especially the Black Knights. The Black Knights ain't gonna get no blue chips. The what was the Air Force? The Falcons. They ain't gonna. They have linemen because that's what they always get. Always get them badass linemen in the Air Force. Yep. But same they go with Navy. Navy don't be getting no super blue chip people. But every now and then you're gonna get a star. So I always wondered, you don't see too many people come out of Navy. You don't see too many guys Air Force. You know what I'm saying? You do see them every now and then, but
yeah,
I do like that rule though because because there's going to be every now and then there's going to be a wide receiver that's like, hey, dude, get the fuck out of West Point, come to the NFL. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that actually makes sense to me, man.
Yeah,
that actually makes sense to me. Especially with Army's program getting a lot better in the last 4 years. They've been really good the last 4 years, man. Dude, so
but then at the same time, recruitment numbers aren't as up as they used to be either. So that could be a big part of it as well.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
it's like,
yeah.
play for the
And a
Army.
lot of
You
these,
too can come into the NFL. You know, that kind of shit.
and let's just be real.
Right.
Let's be real. There's not that much patriotism swimming around to where, hey kid, you got a chance to play football for West Point. West Point? Really?
It's my
want to go to-
dream. It's my
Thank you.
dream.
Who's yelling that out?
Nobody.
Outside of regular Army brats, who's West Point?
Gee golly.
Sir, where did I sign? Who's doing that?
It's like fucking
Who's
Rudy
doing
and
that?
shit.
Yo, you know what we're getting right now? We're getting a whole lot of Marines who play
It's my
football
dream
going
to
like
play
this.
for Notre Dame.
Yo, that's what you get. That's why every other year, that's why every other year you hear somebody at Navy who's at one in Navy, because Navy's usually Marines and Navy men. But you never know, you get one Marine like this. Yeah, I'm trying to get to the NFL, man. I ain't trying to do this shit. Let me transfer.
I transfer right
You
now.
always get a few members that transfer out of Navy. You always get a few that transfer out of Air Force, So you get like, hey man, that window open. Boy, and that probably sucks for the military, man. Especially for some of them. They get a good dude in there. The portal's open in it. Fuck. Tell him to stop. He gone.
Oh man. Speaking of which,
Shit, man. Speaking of that portal,
celebration.
I have learned so much with that shit, with the whole thing with Dion, and Dion made a good point. And look, the portal opened up and you see opportunity, nigga. If you don't run for it, like all these kids, man, that really opened my eyes. Like, golly, this is the way it should have been a long time ago. Especially for Bama's that's just like stuck at a school and they can't go nowhere else. You know what I mean?
I think once that Neil deal happened, it opened up the floodgates more so.
It needed to happen. It was something that needed to happen in sports probably 20-some years ago. When they were having all those scandals down in Texas with all those Texas teams in the 80s, that's probably when it should have freaking was implicated, But you know how it was with people who were alive, who were born in the 1930s that were still alive during that time,
Yeah.
But do what we fucking tell you to do, that type of deal, man.
Yeah, Jackson State lost the Celebration Bowl to North Carolina Central. It really boiled down to just Jackson State just wasn't playing defense for shit.
Nah, Jackson was. I felt like half the team were done. I think they were done with them.
You really think they just mentally checked out?
It kind of felt like that. Like they should have been smoking North Carolina, smoking Central. By the way, I have three family members that came out of Central, and our good friend Hilton came out of Central. So good
I
for
live
y'all.
right
Good for
around the
y'all.
corner from Central, bro. Like I'm
You do?
literally right around the corner from them niggas. So when I
Man.
tell you it was lit around here,
I
son,
bet it was, bro. I bet all of
It
Durham
was
was
fucking
pumping, bro.
lit.
I bet that had to be nice. I really do,
It is.
because as a person that, like, for real, ever since my sister there he is. What's up,
I saw the private
Brent?
chat and I was like, what the hell? I was like, oh, Giselle's here. All right.
I know y'all talking
No.
about college football. I know you guys already probably talked about the NFL already, but I just want to say, Bolt Ganger don't bang. We in here, baby. 16.
Your team still needs to win out. You know that, right?
Listen, CJ.
You know your boys' little brother is on a better squad than you, right?
Listen, CJ, D, I need, with all due respect, shut the fuck up, because that game was stressful as hell.
Hey, Denzel, my son is named after one of the sons on your team that's named after his father. That's about all the connection I got to. Seriously, yo. Asante Samuel Jr. almost looks like my son, Asante. He almost looks like him, man. It's crazy, yeah.
Bruh, I was so stressed out. Like, I was watching it in my room, and then my mom was like, oh, hey, we got dinner ready. So go downstairs, we having dinner. All of a sudden, we turn on Red Zone, and they mostly playing Chargers and Titans. And I'm like, come on. My sister's trying to get a TV tray and the play. I forget which play it was, but I think it was I think it was Herbert just throwing it down to Keenan, and I was like, come on, Keenan, catch it. And my sister was like, okay, I'll sit somewhere else. I was like, I'm sorry.
Dude, Keenan Allen in fantasy. Keenan Allen in fantasy. No offense, Denzel. Again, I told D this. I feel like such a white NFL owner looking at
I remember
Keenan
you saying
Allen. Yeah, all throughout fantasy. I'm like, Keenan, what the fuck, man? Get the ass out on the field. Oh, you're injured. Damn. My bad. Last 3 games though.
Not moving fast enough, boy.
So last 3 games.
I thought Thielen would have been a good pickup this year because of how well he did the previous 2 years. He's been non-existent this whole year.
I feel bad for anybody that thought Cooper Kupp was going to be their ace to the.
As someone who has Mark Andrews as a tight end.
I gotta be real. Tight ends have not had a good year, honestly, consistently.
Y'all can suck a dick because D has been coasting with Travis Kelce. I don't know why y'all thought it wasn't a good idea to try to get him.
First off, Travis Kelce is Jason Witten right now, where he's all reliable. All right, it's very rare that you get that.
Tell you something. It's very rare you get a faucet that's used that many times that still pump out cool water. I love it.
That's what I'm saying. If you're not Travis Kelce, you had a hard time with tight ends.
Dog, you're right, because my constant was not constant this year, and that was Zach Ertz.
Oh my gosh. Like I said,
This is probably and this actually hurts me. This is probably going to be my last year ever picking Zach Ertz. I love him, man.
Evan Ingram.
This is it, man. I can tell.
Like,
this has been an ugly season for the Cardinals, man.
Like, Kittle actually did work for me. Finally, he gave me like 25 points this last week.
Well, because you have Brock at the helm, not Garoppolo. So there's a difference.
The pewter gym.
See, a lot of people jump out there and they get tight ends very early. A lot of people jump out there and get the best tight ends very early, but at the end of the day, after you get past the top 3, it's pretty much a roll of the dice at the tight end position. Basically. And that's why if I can't get a good tight end within the first 3 rounds, I just cancel it, because 9 times out of 10, if the best quarterback gone, the best wide receiver gone, the next person off the list is going to be either running back or a tight end. And 9 times out of 10, all the best tight ends are gone by the end of the 3rd or the beginning of the 4th.
Yep.
I would say this year we did pretty good, because I remember I looked up like Travis Kelce, click. Wow, 6th round. Nobody touched him. I don't know why. That's all like, really?
Like,
no one?
Talking about how he's been coasting with Travis Kelce. Real talk, one of the main reasons why I've won most of my games is because of Stephon Diggs and Justin Jefferson. How I managed to get those 2 wide receivers is beyond me.
Nah, yeah, you want to know what gets D? I got Patrick Mahomes, Devontae Adams, and Kelce. How do I lose? No, for real, Devontae Adams actually screwed me. Because Devontae Adams, unfortunately, is one of those wide receivers that you have to feed. You have to feed him. You can't do him that, you get 2 a game. No, you cannot do that to him. Nah. So, and unfortunately, Derek Carr plays like a busted Toyota Camry. It's pretty good when it want to work. So that's how he been this whole season.
D missed out on the festivities that was us doing our yearly bowl games stuff, and Denzel and them got a good laugh out of all the names.
You mean the annual CJ says the names of the bowl games, and
we just crack up at the name of it.
And Denzel has a reaction face of what the fuck.
Did you know Cheez-Its has 3 bowl games they sponsor?
Okay, wait, stop, shut the fuck up. Wait.
Yes.
What?
We have 3 bowl games.
Hold on. This is just D. This is just the lane, because of what I see from fucking commercials. Wendy's and Dr. Pepper better have two themselves, because there ain't no way Cheez-Its got 3 of them. Are they different names?
Apparently, yeah, they're different names. It's just apparently Nabisco just sponsoring, just throwing money out there. I'm like, and also per usual this year, the military is laundering money through one of the bowl games.
Well, which one is Lockheed Martin? This time was a different one.
Martin.
You're Lockheed Martin. All right. That's right. Let's use that money from the Patriot Act that we did.
Like I said, as someone whose dad used to work for Lockheed Martin, that's the money.
I'm sorry, like it is criminal.
You don't understand, Chris. How I look. Chris knows this about me. I have been mellowing out a lot lately with this shit, but D will always have a spot of I cannot stand corporations, and all of this is the most disgusting crap in the world.
I would never. It would never just like. It's like, how does nobody put two and two together? Like, yo, Lockheed should not be sponsoring a bowl game
here
with military football teams on here. Like,
let's get this issue. No, and that's what I'm talking about. Man, do you know how insane that is? That you might as well say the military bowl sponsored by Smith and Wesson. You might as well just say it. The military bowl sponsored by the niggas that are going to make them an atomic bomb. You might as well, like, come on, dog. Like, these are weapons of destruction that they're getting, that they're sponsored by. Oh my gosh, man.
Jimmy Kimmel has a bowl.
Yeah, I know about that. We talked about that last year, and I was like, you know what? Cool.
Yeah.
You know what? How does Jimmy Kimmel get a bowl and Jay Leno has yet to get his own video game full of cars? I do not understand this.
But hey, you know what, man? Because we're from Maryland, and Maryland is finally getting a sort of ACC reunion. They got the Duke's Mayo Bowl against NC State, so that's gonna be fun to watch. Actually.
Man. Now look, Chris. Now all we need to see is Jefferson Pilot. The little Jefferson Pilot logo. We there.
Coming this close.
Do you know how much I missed that? That is a piece of my childhood I will miss. I will miss seeing Jefferson Pilot and going, ooh, the ACC tournament start today. I will always miss that.
We get the ACC Big Ten games in basketball, and yet ESPN or whoever organizes it never gets Maryland and Duke playing against each other. I'm shocked.
Oh, I don't understand why they don't do that.
That should be prime. That's ratings gold right there. It's like Maryland Duke.
I will say this though. I think the hate that Maryland Duke had is nowhere. Is just gone.
Not at its apex.
I will probably say that. The only ones that care are Marylanders and
Duke people.
I don't even think Duke cares about Maryland. They care about North Carolina.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's kind of it ain't.
I think a more legit rivalry for the Terps would probably be Penn State.
At this point, it is.
Yeah, you're right.
At this point, it is.
At this point, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was. Fuck the Big Ten for this. They was trying to make it. They actually was making it Maryland and Rutgers. Fuck the Big Ten for that.
Rutgers, like, what the fuck is Rutgers?
Hey, look, y'all. Look, they were like, hey, they're two weaker teams that just got here. Hey, little buddy, y'all fight each other. You're not ready to fight us. We're Nebraska. We win games. Kind of.
So D, who do you have going into the national championships? Like the two teams?
Actually, I didn't look at the playoffs. What was the playoff? Hold on, let me see.
Michigan, TCU, Georgia, Ohio State.
TCU, Georgia, Ohio State.
I said TCU, Georgia.
I don't like TCU.
Georgia too.
Georgia probably it's so unfair, but I think Georgia's probably got the only one that got it.
I do. I think I said TCU as well.
Yeah.
Because what I want to see is TCU beat Michigan, and then Georgia look at TCU go, "Oh, you
That's
guys
cute.
think you're ready?
You did our work for us.
Walk them like a dog."
Hey, if TCU even punches Georgia in the mouth, they'd be like, "Oh shit, this serious,
right?
God damn!" Like, all right.
But I do. I want to see Georgia walk TCU like a dog, so that way TCU could be like, "Oh, okay."
Well, all right. I put it to you this way: the game I actually am looking at is Georgia, Ohio State. I don't think Ohio State's going to win it. I really don't. But I think it will be the most interesting of the two games. Michigan, I think Michigan is better than TCU, but I think TCU can beat them.
Oh yeah.
So these are 4 good games, man. But fuck all that shit. Number 5. Just seeing Alabama at number 5 is just doing stuff with my soul right now.
I'll tell you what.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. You ever see it? It's like seeing a pretty girl get shut down by the ugliest dude in her class. It's like that. What do you mean I'm not good enough? Yeah, like the girl I like, so yeah, be cool.
They start questioning their value. Like, am I ugly?
Oh my god, but I'm Alabama. I don't understand this. That's what Alabama's going through, and D loves it.
Meanwhile, I said
Nick Saban's in the mirror, angrily jerking off to himself. Better than Georgia.
I'm so much better than them. What's going on here?
Fuck Dabo. Fuck Dabo Sweeney, yeah.
Fuck Dabo.
Nigga, you ain't even playing Clemson this year, dude. Why you so mad?
The big thing though, World Cup. France lost to Argentina, so we didn't get the Rainbow Coalition celebration for France like we all wanted it.
The Rainbow Coalition. You mean what? What? You mean 18 black dudes and 3 white guys? Is that what you're talking about?
Really?
Hey,
Really,
look, I think
CJ?
that's why everybody wanted France to win, because it's like, oh man, Argentina, all them white ass folks, and France with all them black folks, even though France, they really don't fuck with black people like that. So
No, they don't.
they really don't.
No. It was just so funny to me is what Mo said. The French did the smart thing. Ooh, Negroes. they were just smart with what they had. They looked at what they had. There's a lot of niggas that play soccer around here.
Argentina had a
Let's do something with this.
Argentina had a moment where they were gonna win, and then what's his face from France was like, "Bitch, you thought twice."
Yeah. I will say this. I will say that seeing Argentina's celebration though, it's wonderful. I was ready for all the memes and stuff. I had like 2 pictures of Maradona. I was going to have one with him in heaven holding a World Cup thing and saying like, damn, Messi, you couldn't bring one home. I was ready for the memes. But as a person that been watching soccer for like the last almost 20 years, that was a great scene. It was really like,
Somebody
cool.
said,
I went to a bar for the first time to watch a soccer game, and them Latinos,
they love them.
they won. The Latino race won.
I mean, look, I've been around to a bar during a World Cup game. Yeah, they take that shit very serious.
I will say this though, at least the bar I was at, while y'all white people cheering hard for Messi, y'all know you're not okay.
Mhm.
But when France score, no, I'm not saying nothing.
It's cool. It's cool.
It's what it looks like.
I'm just
It's what it
saying.
looks like.
I'm
It's
not
fine.
saying.
It's
I'm
fine.
just
Somebody
saying.
said it beat.
Also, my wife thought this was
Somebody said the World Cup being Qatar kept the players focused, but now since it's going to be in North America next year, it's going to be chaos because of
Wait,
alcohol.
where's it going to be at? It ain't going to be in the United States, is it?
I thought it was going to be in the United States next year.
I hope it is because I would love to go. I would love for the atmosphere here, but come on, man, we got enough stadiums for this crap. We ain't got to build nothing new. Might as well do it in America. I don't think they're going to do it in America. I think America was up for it, but we didn't get.
Women's World Cup is
That shit gonna be right at FedEx Field.
No.
That shit gonna be right at FedEx Field.
Hold on, 2026.
That nigga D had to leave.
Okay. So 2026 FIFA World Cup is actually in the United States. No bullshit. So basically they're gonna have it in. It's gonna be in Mexico City, New York, New Jersey, Dallas, Kansas City, Houston, Atlanta, Los Angeles, Philly, Seattle, San Fran, Boston, Miami, Vancouver, Monterey, Guadalajara, and Toronto.
Wait a minute.
They're making a fucking world tour about this shit? What
Wait
the
a
hell?
minute. Wait a minute. They saying that it's going to be all of North America?
Mm-hmm.
I hate saying this. I actually like that idea.
Yeah.
I actually do. Do you know how many
You put-
stadiums, how many cities are in just that cluster?
They're putting
I
all the
actually kind of
tournaments-
like that idea.
they're putting all the tournaments in all these different places and stuff, and I'm like, that is a smart fucking idea.
And
I actually think it's that
they say in
bad.
Philly. It's not going to be in Philly. If it's gonna be in Philly, then it's gonna be at the People Park in Chester, Pennsylvania.
I about to say it ain't gonna be
Think
over.
so?
Well, actually, no.
They're
See,
not gonna open up the link for it.
no, they will. They will. It's the
Philadelphia
World
doesn't
Cup.
deserve a sport event of that class in any way, shape, or
The highest they get is the Royal Rumble. That's all you get.
Nothing.
That's all
Nothing
you
should
get.
be celebrated in
Hold on,
Philly.
hold on. Yeah, WrestleMania is 2024. I'm going to that.
Oh
shit.
yeah, it is in Philly.
Oh,
And
I'm going
God,
to
I
that.
forgot, Chris.
Not only
I
that,
forgot, Chris. That's the one where we're supposed to be going to.
thank you for saying that.
Forgot about
CJ,
that one.
because even though I'm currently on the shelf,
I'm just saying, Denzel.
My
if you're
Put your
wrestling-
dead foot down, nigga.
no, my OGs are when we heard the news that WrestleMania was gonna be in Philly in 2024. My OGs was like, "Yo, I don't care what the fuck we have to do. We're gonna be putting on shows in Philly for ACPW. We're gonna be putting on shows like a
As
motherfucker."
soon as I'm taking
So
my-
I'm just
Hey,
saying,
hey,
y'all
hey,
gonna
I'm
be
just
in
going to tell you
Philly.
this.
If you guys are gonna be in Philly for WrestleMania weekend, I'm gonna let y'all know when we have a show, and I want y'all to
Oh
come.
yeah.
through.
Oh yes, definitely. I probably won't do nothing but go to your show. Nothing. Nigga, it's WrestleMania. Them $1,000 tickets, son. Anyway, but
all the
no, go for real.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
actually
be watching that
interested.
on Peacock.
Yo, hey, look, y'all got a stream. Yo, no, for real. Maryland champ, because Maryland Championship Wrestling, they will make that drive up the street to
Oh,
Philadelphia.
Oh, they
Because
definitely-
Maryland Championship Wrestling going to be there. All the indie, that's really where it's going to be interesting, because between Philadelphia, DC, and New York, do you know how many indie promotions
and
are in
Jersey.
just that little cluster? Too
Yeah.
many of them. They're gonna be all there. They're gonna be all there that weekend. It's gonna be
Philly,
beautiful.
Jersey, New York.
New York, and let's not forget about some of the motherfuckers that will get froggy that weekend from New England coming down. Shit, it's gonna be insane in Philly. But that being said, yeah, when it comes to the World Cup, no, they're gonna have them in the bigger stadiums. They're not gonna. I swear to God, if they had it the way they were here in DC, and they would do it, if they would do it in FedEx, if they would do it in the Audi Stadium and not FedEx, that's a problem, because you're not going to give up. Oh, we're just going to put everybody in the 25,000 seat one and not in the 90,000 seat one. Get the fuck out of here. They're going for the bigger stadiums and all of them, especially Dallas. Dallas, they have two choices in Dallas. You either go to the Ford Field where did y'all? I don't know if y'all seen what's the face this year the joke with Dallas Cowboys on HBO, the HBO joint. I'm about to say
Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks. I was about to say Tough Enough, but yeah, but Hard Knocks. They showed the Ford Center. The Ford Center in Texas is this big, gorgeous. Oh my God, Chris, we got to go there and just like fuck the grass. But it's a gorgeous place. It's where the Cowboys work out at, and there's like a 30,000 seat stadium where the high schools play at. Now, imagine if they said, "Oh, for the World Cup, we're going to do it here and not in Cowboy Stadium." What cocaine is you smoking? And can you pass it to me? Nobody's going to do that. Nobody. All these are going to be in these big top-notch stadiums all across the country. The good question is this: if they have it in a country like, I don't know, let's say Panama, what poor neighborhood are they going to tear down?
Well, they were talking about that. They were saying like previous World Cup seasons, like they were talking about how like they spend all this money because they apparently Qatar spent $220 billion for them stadiums.
And they
And-
still got people that
Yes, they did.
that are like being held hostage. That
Yeah.
work for the stadium.
Legal slavery. If like Bangladesh, people from Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, and I think Saudi Arabia, whatever other country, but those countries, they got people coming in to be migrant workers. Those migrant workers that came into Qatar, pretty much slaves.
I mean, apparently, like Russia, they had stadiums from the previous World Cup, and they fared better because they actually used those stadiums for soccer matches to kind of pay for the upkeep of those stadiums. But then you have like places, I forgot what country it was, they had to like tear down some of them stadiums because they couldn't pay for the upkeep because it's like,
And then,
you know,
and now in the case of Brazil, they had to build a couple of new stadiums themselves. But this is what these motherfuckers did. They built 2 stadiums in the middle of the fucking jungle. Let me repeat that.
in the middle of the
They
goddamn.
put 2 in the middle of a jungle. And you're probably saying to yourself, well, ain't they got like a little small football team that can play out there? No, they don't. Imagine, if you will, Dre, we're going to put this multi-million-dollar stadium outside of Cheyenne. How you like that? Middle Wyoming. Nobody out there. Big ass stadium. Rotting.
Fucking farmers walking past it every day, just like, what the fuck?
Look, and you probably say to yourself, they might use the stadium. Yes, because those people that lives in the jungle use the stadiums too. For rummage sales. I'm not playing with you. They only use it for flea markets.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And here's the worst part. One of the stadiums, like I said, that was in the middle of the jungle, overran with animals. The animals have it now. It's not ours no more. It belongs to nature.
Gotta be honest with you.
That is the crap I'm talking about. And what happened at Qatar was even worse because 2 of those stadiums, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were centered around these gorgeous cities. 4 years ago, those cities never existed.
Nah.
Nope.
Now, Qatar, to their credit, apparently they already made a decision that they are going to keep some of those stadiums, but then some others they're going to actually recycle them and actually build affordable housing.
You know what? Dee's going to say this because Dee's familiar with.
Yeah, supposedly affordable housing.
Hey, I'm just going to be honest with you. Dee's familiar with Qatari football, amazingly, so Dee can tell you this right now. Nobody's trying to see that shit.
Nah.
Unless they're going to build a league just like Saudi Arabia and just like China, where you're dumping millions upon millions of dollars for players to come play there, ain't nobody about to play in those stadiums.
Or like golf.
Quick
Yeah,
question.
actually, yeah. The Chinese, the Chinese do that with their soccer league.
Quick question for you. You know, I was a Marylander for a good 15 years before I moved to North Carolina. But I remember at the peak of our greatness in PG, we began building casinos that were supposed to be going toward PG County and Maryland school systems. How
You knew that was a lie. The second they came out, you knew it was a lie. We all did. You know what we all said? Try to get a casino. Niggas, I hate y'all black people.
Dude, look. When they
I hate y'all black people. Y'all degenerate black folks.
You should have heard these niggas at the bar. They said they gonna put money in the schools. Why would you not want a casino?
Exactly.
Hell
Man, you
yeah,
trying to
I'm
look.
that shit.
No. And then there's Bama's like me, but they did it way worse. And Chris know what I mean with that. Man, this Prince George's County, we are the blackest.
See, you know where they try.
D knowing that is like this. I understand that. I'm cool with the money coming in. Not that I say I don't trust this, because nigga shit happens everywhere. So I'm not even gonna throw that in there. But maybe we should fix the roads in Prince George's. Okay, I'll shut up.
You know where the trap came
I'll
in,
be
right?
quiet.
They put Maryland Live in Howard County. Howard County already is flush with money, so it's like, all right, so this is going to embolden PG County to put the MGM, and then
Hey Chris, let's talk about Maryland Live and how that just lied to everybody in Baltimore and Howard County about them providing the schools. They ain't do shit either. We had Maryland Live as a whole thing for the Prince George's County to go, yeah, that's not a good idea, PG. What y'all want to do?
MGM.
Yeah, we trying to get the MGM down here, man.
Gotta build up that National Harbor. It's right there.
I try to look, hey, Chris. I try to see Bruno Mars when he coming to see. No bullshit. Real talk, y'all. If y'all live in DC, y'all see the MGM. Every time Bruno comes here every year, but every time he come here, they make it a deal. Bruno Mars is here, y'all. It shuts down that whole section over there. Look, I understand it. It's got to be more than that, man. The nigga got a residence here or anything like that. You know what I mean?
All I'm saying.
Speaking of which, Chris.
Mhm.
Speaking of which, MGM Prince George's County. What Shetland Circuit artist would be the resident? And hold on, you can't pick a bad one, but he can't necessarily be really good.
Aaron Hall.
Ew! Yeah. Nah, I was gonna say George Benson, but thank you.
Aaron Hall has a residency.
I was gonna say Boney James, nigga.
Boney James.
Dude, Aaron Hall was.
Yeah, man, Boney James still playing down there. You know, he got a residency out in Prince County.
Actually, I'll take it a step further. It'd be the fucking backyard band and MGM having a residency.
Actually, no. See, the backyard band, they signed up to what's that? The sports and entertainment joke down in Southeast. No, they can't play nowhere.
Hey,
No, actually, that's not true. I think that's junk. Actually, I think that's junk that does that all the time. But now,
See, Justin, you ain't shit. New Edition is bigger than MGM.
Wow.
you know what? Hold on. I think New Edition would do it, but not DC. Not DC.
Bill Biv DeVoe, maybe.
Huh?
Bill Biv DeVoe, maybe.
So no. Right there, we said New Edition, sir. This is the MGM Prince George's County. It's not the Mohican Sun yet. Okay, let's bring it in. We're not that great yet. Like,
We'll get Bill Biv DeVoe. Maybe.
yes. I can see that chick living in DC for a whole year because she's doing a residency over at the MGM. I can see that.
Do you know how many dudes will be hitting on Monica during every concert and she actually entertains that shit?
No, they ain't about. That's the same 5 niggas.
Oh boy.
I don't know why they come to every single show. It ain't like I'm doing anything different.
It's
Like damn.
like if Keisha Cole is
All right.
if Keisha Cole is the bougie Monica, Monica is the hood rat Monica that we all know.
No. Keisha Coles is a hood rat. She thinks she's bougie. Y'all keep falling for this thing y'all never seen from her, and I don't understand that. Man, she bougie. Talking about that. You talking about this girl is eating crab's legs. What y'all doing? Ghetto. I don't know why.
Look, I sometimes I get duped by D. You're right.
I ain't saying duped. I'm just saying you in this case. But I was like, what y'all saying? This nigga is trash.
Wait. I just pulled
I
up
can
on
find
Twitter.
5 of her in the hood. What are you talking about? She just got a good voice.
Breaking news in the NBA side of Twitter. The New York Knicks have won 8 games in a row, and they just beat the Golden State Warriors 132-94.
It's a good segue because Golden State's been
Because Seth is hurt, number one. Curry's hurt, first off. So let's not act like,
He can be back until next year. So maybe
Is he gone that long?
supposedly. So unless I can foresee Steph pulling a Cena mode activate and willing the Warriors into a playoffs somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Second off, the LA Clippers are better than the Lakers this year, which
What else is new?
Hey, look.
I will say this: the Lakers are not as bad of a trash fire as I thought they would be. They have shown that they're going to make the play-in. I'm done.
Not if one white boy himself, Luca, has something to say about that.
You ain't lying about that. He's trying their best to kick them off. He's literally Danny DeVito with the 2x4. Go, bye.
I need a picture of Luca when he did that shit to fucking old boy in the Phoenix, smiling
Devin
at
Booker?
LeBron next to him like this.
We just found the book. Oh man, dog. I put it up last year. You said D, put that down. That's racist.
That is
you told me it was racist.
I need him to do that to LeBron. I need that just one picture of him smiling at LeBron.
I think and see, like I said, shout out to the Lakers, because like I said, they could have been way worse than if they didn't have AD, shout out to AD waking up. Oh my God.
That's one thing
I keep forgetting how great AD really, really can be.
AD is waking up, and I will also say that out of all the role players that they picked up in this offseason, the fact that Lonnie Walker IV is finally getting his shine.
Who knew?
Again, I know, but here's the thing. He's a fellow Pennsylvania boy. I know him because his dad played with my brother in college. So I knew Lonnie when he was a young buck. So the fact that I get to see the Lonnie that I know, because people be like, yo, because I'll be posting whenever the Lakers or when he was with the Spurs, they would be posting about him like jamming the ball, whatever. I'm like, yo, just like your daddy. And then I get some rando talk about, what do you mean about his daddy? I'm like, bro, if y'all
I know
only
his
knew,
peoples.
if y'all only knew,
I know that nigga's peoples. I know his family.
Right. And then and actually I saw his dad, I saw his dad on my birthday because I went to go visit my brother and he was in town. And so I was like, yo, how's Buddha? He was like, yo, Buddha's loving it in Cali right now. I was like, good. I was like, we need him to get his stuff together because we need ring number 18. He's like, we're gonna work on it. We're gonna work on it. But I'm telling you,
I'm mad at y'all, but I'm just so mad. Oh, speaking of which, Denzel, I didn't mean to cut you off like that, but I was listening to our episode last year about Kobe. I swear to God, y'all, if y'all ain't hear this episode, I need y'all to listen to it. Denzel gives us 3 really great stories about the city of Chester and how they love Kobe. And I really mean, I sat down and listened to it the other day, and you are probably the only other person outside. You're probably the only person that kind of made me tear up, man. I will give you that, Denzel, because I heard so much love in it. You know what I mean? Just to hear it was there. But anyway, I just wanted to let everybody know. Listen to the Kobe episode we did last year. It's one of my favorite episodes I did, period. But Denzel, you brought out 2 that was like, that's special as fuck.
As a fan of this man, I'm happy to see John Wall being able to provide the Clippers a boost this season.
Heck yeah.
I'm
to
happy
see
for him.
his return to DC.
And I'm glad it didn't. I understood why he sat out at Houston because he was nursing that injury and he didn't want to put himself in that position. So I was like, all right, cool. And when he got to the Clippers, I was like, I think he can help the Clippers because there was rumors for a while when Wall and Beal were playing with each other on the Wizards. One of them was going to go to the Clippers, and a lot of people thought Beal was going to go to the Clippers.
And it was actually, if I'm mistaken, they really was looking at him, but that's when they ended up they either getting Paul George or something like that. It was something.
Yeah, they got.
I think it was that, but at the same, but still, I feel like when he came back to DC this year, that was wonderful. Did you see that game?
Yeah, that game was pretty close. Kawhi put the team on his back that game because
I love the fact that the Wizards fans, oh man, we act like that nigga. He still played for the Wizards, man.
That's because
he's coming out. Because he Denzel, he came out. You know how they usually do. Announce the guys on that side. Yeah. Second, they said John Wall. The whole crowd. You would have thought that nigga still played for the Wizards. I mean, it was so loud where they didn't even start the Wizards lineup because everybody was still cheering for John, and it was beautiful, man. Because it also was that time where everybody in the stadium and all the Wizards fans said the same thing. If you make it to the championship, we all Clippers fans.
That's what I'm saying.
We are all Clippers fans.
All the Clippers
because John has already established that he's going to be one of those dudes that's going to come back to the Wizards organization, whether it be after he replays or something. But we know he's going to have there's a jersey going up there for him.
He's going to have a number in the rafters.
There's a number in the rafters for that young man. We already know it, But it's but that's kind of cool. That being said about the Wizards, Chris, one of our best players, in my opinion, is making a smart decision. Kyle Kuzma says he is going to go up for free agency next year. Yes, you should.
Yeah.
Yes, you should. I'm not saying that I don't want him to stay a Wizard, but dog, if you can go somewhere and become a superstar,
because
get the fuck out of DC if you got it, bro.
I think it benefited him because he left the Lakers, right? He was with the Lakers, right?
He got
traded. He got traded over.
I think it benefited him leaving the Lakers to go to the Wizards because it boosted up his stock with the Wizards because he's been a big contributing factor and he actually was becoming a better player with the Wizards. So it makes sense for him to be like, you know what?
Yeah.
Let me go on ahead and check out some other spots to see where.
Because to me, it's kind of funny. I don't think it sounds weird. I don't think the Wizards is spending any money and making him locking him down as a role player because I hate saying it like this. Kyle, you're not a leader. You are a very, very, very good role player. So I think it would not be wise for the Wizards to sign him to something long term and keep him here. Go somewhere and contribute. Be an asset to somebody, huh? Because the Wizards is going to be in this weird little bump we're in right now anyway. But speaking of which, our little Israeli boy, I love that dude. Ooh, I love Danny. I love Danny, man. Ooh, that white boy gonna be nice in a couple years, man. But that being said, the Wizards are having, like I said, the type of year that we should be the type of year that I told you we're gonna have.
Playing.
All right, let's go. Come on, let's go 10th place, baby.
Meanwhile,
For real.
it's 10th place. It's happening.
Oh yeah, because the Wizards are doing this so perfectly, where we're beating teams we have no business beating. We're losing teams,
we shouldn't be.
And we're just losing. But
meanwhile, top of the Eastern Conference, Bucks and Celtics are like neck and neck. It is insane.
I will tell you this right now. I'm worried about the Bucks.
Why are you worried about the Bucks? Why? You should be worried about.
Was it just 1 year with these niggas? Because it seems like they can't get healthy. It just feels like that was their year. It feels like it was one of those situations where that was your 1 year. You know what I mean? I don't want to say that, especially for Giannis, because I like Giannis, man. I think he's going to win multiple rings, but shit,
Boston, your team's
man.
I said Boston is cooking big time.
Oh, I like Boston, man. Who knew that Boston losing a coach?
I got that off the coach.
Who knew that letting that light-skinned Nigerian put his hands on that white woman? Who knew that was going
to Hey, he fell upwards. Now he's going to be a Brooklyn Nets coach.
Look, I hate to be that person. Whatever that entails. Seriously, what are you going to have in the next couple of years, man? Because if this year's proven to me anything, KD leaving as soon as he can. As soon as they give him the green light that he can be traded, he's out.
Where does he go?
Does it fucking matter, Chris? Because I say this as a fan of Sniper. Does it really fucking matter? Because all that nigga has done is ran away from being a leader. So I don't know what to tell you.
Him coming to the Wizards. My agenda starts. It's a pipe dream, I know. Because I don't think he wants to come back to see Pleasant.
Oh, no. It's like this. It's like a part of me is also thinking he probably don't have no choice but to come to the Wizards. A part of me is telling me if it comes to that, we are going to get the most miserable player ever. You remember when Jerry Stackhouse was here and he was getting sick of Michael Jordan telling him how to play a basketball? That's how it's going to be. Spirit World Talk. Jerry Stackhouse is one of the really underrated good players of the Wizards.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan ruined him here. Because
Michael Jordan was
Jerry Stackhouse couldn't be Jerry Stackhouse. He had to be more than that. And Jerry's like, nah, nigga, I'm out.
I mean, if he comes here, I mean, it does kind of go into it because it's like if Bill's a leader, Kevin Durant don't gotta be a leader. He just gotta be KD, and that's it. It's like,
oh my god, and that's what it feels like when I hear when we say that. It makes me feel that holy shit. Maybe we all been saying the right thing all these years, and nobody. Because everybody said the same thing that KD run his way. He this. He has done nothing but prove everybody that we were right. He quits on a lot of shit, so
quit brushing his hair. So
man, he quit brushing his hair years ago.
You know what, Chris? I'm all good for this because I was looking at something. I was looking at your boy the other day, man. I finally saw that clip of Michael Beasley, and a lot of people saw sadness. Yeah, I did. It was sad seeing him have that interview talking about how he didn't trust nobody. Oh man, I fucking hated it. I fucking hated it. But it made me say like, Chris went to school with that nigga. That's exactly what I said. But at the same time, but no, for real, talk. But when I saw that, you know what I said to myself? No bullshit. I was like, that's a lot of black men. That's a whole lot of black men. We all have that. We have that feeling like the world is on our shoulders. We all have this feeling that we're not good enough, and all the rest of that. And he was saying all this destructive ass shit, and it was like, bro, you know that ain't right. I know it ain't right. But y'all thought it. I thought it. Everybody, we all think it, and we don't want to, And I'm sitting there like, Mike's preaching. Oh, Mike is preaching, man. Put this nigga on the team. Oh, he plays in Shanghai. I bet that nigga. How many points he make?
Now,
seriously, Beasley and what's his name? God, he's over there now, man. He's cleaning up.
Dwight Howard.
Yeah, Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard. Whew. Make me feel bad for telling these niggas y'all can't play, man.
Now, let me see y'all this.
I already knew Dwight Howard can do it though.
Do y'all believe in the Phoenix Suns?
Nope.
I don't think so.
I have more belief in the Pelicans than I do the Phoenix Suns this year.
I got more belief that Santa Claus is going to slip his ass down my chimney. Then, dog. Do you look? Remember last year when I told y'all when the Suns went on that long winning streak? I told you this is it. If they don't show us, I told y'all if they ain't show nothing last year, they ain't gonna show us next year. And what they ain't added nothing better to this team. They added nothing better to this team. In fact, if anything, if D wants to be real, I love you, Devin. You're playing weaker now. Chris, you're acting like you can't play ball no more.
Hey,
I don't know what happened to Ayton. I think he's ready to go.
Luka pulled the Shang Tsung.
I really think Ayton got dunked on, Ayton got bitched around by Joker twice this season, and I'm bet he's like, you know what? I want to go to the East. I can't deal with this shit no more. Y'all don't want to play. Y'all don't want to play. You know what I mean? How often are you going to find? This is where D's being mean. How often are you going to find an above average power forward like me? No, for real. Ayton and Jared Allen, both of them, I feel like both of them are the keys to a championship, and nobody had figured that out yet. But whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, like I said, I got belief. Zion's been playing pretty good with Pelicans.
Zion been showing up. Remember, we're not there. Actually, Chris, we are there. I just realized that.
Yeah, we are.
We can actually start reading these teams for filth now. Hold up, NBA. Let me get this.
We approaching.
I forgot it is that time.
I mean, technically, we already did read the Wizards for filth. Like, you're playing for 10th, Wizards.
We already know it. Yeah, we already know some of these teams. I will say this though: looking at the teams that are in the bottom 10 of the East, that is the Raptors, Bulls, Wizards, Magic, Hornets, and Pistons. I'm gonna tell you something.
Charlotte and the Hornets and Pistons are done. This is the stick a fork. They're fucking done.
What happened? What happened to Charlotte?
Charlotte was flying high.
We're going to be the ones. What happened, bruh?
Jordan is sitting there with the Kevin Nash disapproving stare every game.
Looking mad, eyes red.
Charlotte Hornets.
Eyes red, not from weed. Eyes red, not from weed. From that fucking E and J.
I don't know, man. Man, Michael Jordan looked like he when he go, it'll be like brown liquor. You know what I mean?
Drinking Hennessy.
How you gonna have a Hitler mustache and whiskey breath? I mean, well,
God damn.
Ain't my fault that Michael Jackson looked like his breath smelled like a Crown Royal bag in the hot summer. Anyway, but I looking at all the teams though. The one team that still surprises me is Donovan Mitchell and that whole Cavaliers team. I didn't think that he can turn that team around like he did. But Donovan Mitchell has really proven that, no, I'm a fucking star.
Oh.
I'm a star. You can put a whole squad around me. So, yeah.
Forgot this. Manu Bol's son is doing good things in Orlando.
I don't know where Bol came out of anywhere with this, but he started saying, I have a stroke to my. Where did any of these jumpers come from?
Did y'all see?
Where did that jumper come from?
Did y'all see that clip of him literally swerving past that dude? I'm like, this tall 7'3" motherfucker just scooted past this motherfucker, just spin move around the dude. I was like,
I had to explain to my wife how insane this is, and Angie already knew. She was like, "Yeah, it's impossible. That nigga's 7'1" and you move." He's not my boy Victor.
Oh,
Not my boy Victor.
Nah.
Because Victor is a whole different other scary I have never seen in my life. But Bobo is that same level of who told you to move like that?
Your dad didn't move like this.
Who the fuck? Boy,
No, he
could
did
you
not.
imagine? It's 94 and he did something like that to Hakeem. Hakeem would have fired him on purpose, like, hey, stop. Stop.
Hey.
But also, Bo has not done this against a Joker yet. So you know what I mean? You put up this performance against Joker, then we can talk. You put this performance up against Jared Allen, then I can talk. You put up this performance against Ayton, I can talk. We'll talk about this shit. But right now, he's just having really good. Speaking of which, if anybody has the time to check Taco Fall, look at what he's doing overseas.
Oh yeah.
Why can't you do it in the NBA? Oh, you ain't that good. But still. Boy, Taco, he's killing it overseas, bro.
Yes, he
But
is.
he ain't gonna do that shit in the NBA. That's like 5 games in the NBA.
Maybe G League.
But anyway, so we can start getting ready to wrap this up. Real quick, Lacey Evans got in trouble in WWE because she ran her mouth about saying autism doesn't exist. And I'm just gonna be real with you. If you said vaccines didn't work, you would have more of a leeway with people. You just straight up said that doesn't exist. You can't do that. And look, here's the worst part. It ain't even like she's making an argument that, it may not be autism. It may be something else. Or, yes, we diagnosed it as autism, but really it's this. This bitch just said ADHD and autism are not a thing. We just made it up because we all eating too many processed foods. That's not how that line of thinking works. First off, yo,
Also,
I don't know, whatever. So is she in trouble? Is she gonna get fired? Of course she not. I don't think she should get fired for that shit. But you need to get the fuck off the internet. I know that. You really need to get off the internet.
There's apparently rumors of Vince coming back, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think that's just.
I think that rumor is in truth, because let's just be honest with you. That sounds like some shit Vince will try to do. You know what I mean? But I have a feeling that there's too many shareholders and people who really do have Vince's ears telling them, don't do it. Make your billions of dollars.
And that's
Shut
on
up.
top of the fresh
Shut up and make your billions of dollars because it ain't that bad right now. It ain't like anything's falling apart in WWE for you to come back. You just don't like how the show looks.
Yeah.
That's really what that sounds like to me. He doesn't. It'd be one thing if Triple H really drove this thing into the side of a mountain and it did nothing. I will be yo Vince, get in here before Paul fucks it up even more. No, if what Paul did that was bad, he gave Hit Row a job. That is it.
Okay, you know what?
That's where it stops.
You're gonna be real.
I told all y'all monkey ass niggas that they weren't that good. I told all y'all.
My reasons is
that one, D. Don't lump me into that one,
My
D.
reasons is different because it's like I'm always about giving people a chance. Like, hey, maybe Hit Row can actually improve. Maybe BFAB can actually get some moves in wrestling. And then it's like, oh.
What we found out was BFAB needs to stop fucking talking. What we also found out was that Top Dollar really needs to start hitting the gym more. And Ashanti, God, man, you actually pretty good, bro, but you have zero personality, man.
None.
I love him. He has talent. There's real talent with him.
Absolutely.
But when Cedric Alexander has more of a personality than you, you have a real problem.
Yeah.
There's no base to your personality.
Speaking of which,
I hate that. I hate that for him.
Hurt Business might be coming back because
you know what? There's a lot of talk about that.
Storyline right now is that Lashley got suspended, and MVP is searching him out, and I'm like, oh, interesting.
And also, it doesn't help, and I hate it when wrestlers do this. Doesn't help that I got to see Shelton and MVP in pictures together and shit that don't help the situation. Because us
No.
wrestling fans, our brains go to the next level.
And it
Come
also
back, y'all, come back. Like,
and
stop.
then you factor in the fact that like what me and all three of us has probably said in some variation, like the bloodline has finally hit that level where everybody in the black stage is pissed off at them, like, you know, not in real life, but like in the wrestling storyline. And it because they jumped everybody on Raw this past Monday, and it's like, oh, so we finally reached that point where everybody's fed up with them.
Which, by the way, I didn't look. I love it when I don't like something because that means that got a real reaction out of me. When I saw that, I was like, y'all don't fuck these niggas up. No, for real. For real. I love the bloodline. Jimmy and Jay ain't that damn hard to get around. How in the world are all of y'all getting jumped by these Bamas, yo? That pissed me off way.
That's what made that. That's what made that.
I had to buy into way too much of that, man. I'm tired at this point, so I'm waiting for these. I'm waiting for every brick to fall now, yeah. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people are, but we're just still too far away from WrestleMania.
Yeah. So at this point, it's like we have to deal with it, but we gotta take the small victories that you can, because you know.
And I thought one of the big things was it's going to be interesting seeing John Cena back there. First off, number one, John getting smaller is just wrong to me.
He still looks big. So are we talking? Is this Word Life Cena small?
No, it's just that he's cutting. He's just cutting. He's like slimmer. That's all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's coming back for him and Kevin Owens to team up against.
He doesn't know. I haven't been watching wrestling in like a month or so.
Oh, so, yeah. He's him and Kevin Owens and John Cena are teaming up to fight Roman and Bloodline basically.
And
who's his partner?
Sammy and Sammy and Roman versus KO and John Cena. Oh, and I like how Roman cut a promo where he was like, "You had to get John Cena." And he put the whole locker room on SmackDown and Raw. Notice, like, y'all do that shit again, we'll fucking kick your ass.
Oh, like, see, that's the only reason why, and this is where it goes over. To me, that's overkill. Like, Roman has been literally beating the shit out of everybody for a whole year. And now you want to have him to have a statement ass whooping? That's too much for me. For
that's what makes
that's too much, and we are still 4 months away from WrestleMania.
That's why everybody
is still way too much time, man.
Everybody is still figuring out. So is it going to be Cody? If we're going to get surprised with Big E, what's going to happen? You know what?
I have no idea, but he's going to have to put up two. He's going to have to wrestle. It's either one or two things going to have to happen. Either he's going to lose a belt on the way to WrestleMania, or he's losing both in one night.
There's a rumor that he might wrestle both.
I hate to be this person.
I heard that rumor too, CJ, that he's gonna defend one title one night and then defend the other title the next night.
Yeah.
But here's my problem, and I will agree with anybody that's like this. I don't think that's a good idea. You're gonna have him lose 2 nights in a row?
Yeah, you have to space that out if you're gonna
You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's not a bad thing, it's the right move to go. In the same weekend?
You gotta drop one of them belts.
If you do that, but here's the thing: if you do that, it has to be yes,
yeah,
yes. And when he loses the first belt, oh, tomorrow night's gonna be great. Oh, Roman is losing. Oh. It has to be like that, because anything short of that is going to be like. It was all right, man. WrestleMania was okay.
Also, the rumor that we're going to get Brock versus Gunther, I'm excited for that.
That I know that's a rumor. I said this to everybody. I did tell this to everybody. If we don't see no build up for that after, I would say the Raw after the Raw SmackDown after the Rumble, it's not going to happen.
Okay,
it's not. I will say that. That being said, I think something's going to happen in the middle of the Rumble. I think Brock will be in the Royal Rumble.
Oh, absolutely.
I think Brock will be in the Royal Rumble. He's not winning it. He's not going to win it, but he's going to be a terror.
If we get Gunther and Brock, because look, we all fucking lost our minds when it was Keith Lee and Brock in that ring. I was like, oh shit. Like, all right, cool. You get Gunther and Brock, a slim down Gunther at that, who's already dangerous as is. Like, God damn.
Boy, yeah, and that's the thing that really is gonna set that off, man. Because they have been waiting to put somebody on Brock that can beat Brock, and Brock is happy for it, and all the rest of that. They've been waiting for it. They couldn't give it to Braun. They tried to give it to Samoa Joe, but Samoa Joe, the wind blew and he got hurt. You know what I mean? No, for real. I hate that about Samoa. Hated that about Samoa Joe and WWE. He couldn't stay healthy in it, man. I think it's just the rate of wrestling or whatever it could have been, man. He just kept he got hurt at the wrong times. So I think they've been waiting for somebody to match up with Brock that wasn't Roman Reigns. So they finally got it. And a part of me feels that if Vince was still here, this wouldn't even be a thought. This wouldn't even come up. You know what I mean? Because it's so weird. It's so weird when I see how Vince treated Gunther. It's weird. He likes those wrestlers. You like those big dudes that beat the shit out of everybody. But it felt like you didn't know how to book this motherfucker, man.
Exactly. I mean,
but then again, him and Sheamus was off the hook.
I would say this: if we're gonna end it like this, supposedly, and I'm happy for her. Sasha is still kind of like, I don't know if I'm gonna come back to WWE, and I'm like, good.
I stand by it. Don't come back.
Good. Let them build up all these other women.
Right.
We don't need you back.
Naomi
is the only one I'm kind of like, are you coming back, Naomi?
Look, let's just go with what we hear is the truth. They told Naomi, you can come back, you can stay your ass at home, or no, he's already told her you can either stay at home or you come back without Sasha. That goes into everything I've been saying the last year about her and Sasha. I knew it. They're tired of Sasha. They're tired of her. All the stopping and going with a storyline, all the I want this, I want that at the most inopportune times. They're tired of her ass. And I think really and you're probably saying, D, you don't think she deserves it? Oh, let me make this very clear. I don't like Sasha, but she has proven that she pushes merchandise.
Yeah.
She's proven that she has a fan base. So as much as it pains me of a person that like her, you pay that woman every red cent she's worth.
Mm-hmm.
Does she get paid more than Charlotte? Not my decision. Nope. Does she get paid more than Becky? No. But you pay her what she's worth. Like I said, for real, who gets paid more than her and Charlotte? I ain't in that one. Between her and Becky. Yeah. I'm not getting around that. I hate being that person. I'll take Becky over Sasha every single time. You cannot do that to me.
I mean, Charlotte lived her best life.
Between Sasha and Bayley?
Why am I here?
Straight Sasha and Bayley? Why you gonna do that? Why you doing that to Sasha? Because you know I'm gonna pick Bayley over her.
Exactly. Come on now.
I said look, D being me. Look, me and my wife went through all the women on the WWE roster, right?
Yeah.
D being mean, Sasha falls at 13. Me being a little bit honest with myself, she's at 8. My wife says she's at a solid 16, but my wife really hates her ass. But
your wife hates.
Like I said, you see what I'm saying though. You hear that woman what she's worth. There's real value there. Now, all that being said, I'm pretty sure everybody that's the backstage like, what she want now?
Probably. I mean, shit. Like,
and also I think creative is just tired. Like, Sasha, we done gave you the belt. What else you want us to do? Nobody wants to watch y'all wrestle.
But here's the thing too.
Okay, we'll do it. We'll just do it. I bet they're tired of it. I think they're just tired of it. You know?
I'm laughing at these AEW folks thinking that she's gonna go to AEW. I'm like, does AEW have money?
I think they do. But Chris, here's the question. No, it ain't even the money problem I have. And Denzel knows this. Sasha needs to take her ass to fucking Impact. She needs to take her ass to Impact.
Say Impact low-key is the better option.
She needs to take her ass to Impact. Guess what's not going to happen? What? They ain't got enough to pay that bitch for a month. You know it.
Nah, Impact ain't got the money.
Maybe one night and that's it.
Yeah, they got her for a night.
The best thing for D though. The best thing for D. Sasha, good for her. She's going to be wrestling in Wrestle Kingdom, which D gets to say this. Wow, Sasha. So you could just go over to another company and still have a chance to get your job back. Yeah, they don't want you, I guess. Yeah, that pisses D off, but whatever.
That's
but
another rumor too. She was going to go to New Japan on the.
But yeah, but no, she's gonna have a match at Wrestle Kingdom. So congratulations for her on that. But at the same time, here's me, Sasha. I mean, all the fans like, finally, she can wrestle where she's appreciated. Is she?
Really?
Is the Japanese really calling for her?
So minority.
I know she look. That's like us guys. We like anime. I don't think the Japanese care if we do.
That's like that's when you hit them with the Thor look.
Really?
Do they really want her back, or you just want to see her over there? Because that's what I think it is. Everybody wants to see her over there, and everybody's like, "Well, she just doesn't have a match that's up to her quality." And shout out to this one rando. It was a woman. It's a black woman, by the way. Shout out to this one rando. Why? So Sasha can get Irish whipped into the corner, and she does that really, really shitty sail where she falls forward. I'm like, you need to stop. You need to stop. You need to stop. Because she don't do that like she used to. Just stop. Yo. But like I said, good for her. She's going to be over there and all that. But there's a bit of a problem. WWE needs to figure out she need to figure out what she need to do. Mm-hmm. Because here's the weird part. Despite, let's just say that ultimatum that they gave Naomi was true. Mm-hmm. I guarantee you, if they can come back to the table, Sasha can get back in WWE like it's nothing. Yeah. I guarantee you, she's the problem. She wants more. They're not ready to budge. Bitch, if you don't make some Star Wars money or something, I don't understand.
She's filming a movie right now, so you know.
That's what I'm saying. Girl, if you don't shut up and make some B movies like motherfucking Kurt Angle did.
Which that is what she's filming.
I'm sorry. As long as they're not D movies, who was that? Kevin Nash did a lot of D grade movies. Your boy,
RVD.
God, huh?
RVD.
Wrong side of town.
Yeah. Now, what was that? Who's the other one? Who's the other? Psycho Sid been in a couple of really D grade ones. Who else been in a D grade one? God, I can't. He's slipping my head. James Mitchell. He been in quite a few of himself, yo. James Mitchell been in quite a few. So yeah. As long as Sasha's not doing that, she's fine. She's doing a Netflix movie. She's going to be okay. she's going to be okay. That's my only problem, man, is that I really want her to find some happy medium, because it seems like every time she tries to bring her wrestling life into it, it clashes with what she really wants to do, and it clashes with people who are already there. And it feels like it's not benefiting her, it's not benefiting the locker room. That's the only reason why I say she needs to move on. Okay. That's it.
Real quick, you know how we just talked about how the Wizards be beating teams that they shouldn't really be beating?
They're stomping the Suns, ain't they?
Yes, they are. I'm like,
what's the score?
62-50. I'm not saying that.
I'm gonna say this though, Chris. I'm gonna say this, and you can text me later on. The Wizards are gonna lose this game. Anyway,
it depends on the fourth quarter score. That's the big.
I know. That's why D's saying they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose this game. I don't know how.
For those that don't know, the Wizards in fourth quarter is like kryptonite. Fourth quarter hits. Shit. Fourth quarter.
Man, the Wizards have been, Kyle Kuzma, second quarter, third quarter is freaking Dr. J.
Fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter, he turns back into Kyle Kuzma. I don't know what happens.
They're like,
hold on, Denzel. Year 2, Kyle Kuzma. He turns into.
Denzel knows.
When he's doing those half-ass layups, not really rebounding right.
So since we talking about stomping mud holes, saying and D referenced about Chester. Chester had a game last night. They went up against the Thomas McKean Highlanders from Delaware. Chester put a hurting on them boys.
How bad?
85-22.
Jesus.
So I got a good question. Is Chester is they still like is they like nationally ranked or are they like or they just like got a lot of buzz within the region? Which one?
It's a combination of both because of the fact that, like they still are making it into like the state like playoffs and all that stuff. So like they're still like they still have a presence and everything. But it's just that they just haven't won a state championship in I'll say 10 years. So because of that, like I mean like they're still ranked.
There's still prestige in state. There's prestige in that state, of course. Of course,
Right.
there's going to be the top high schools in the state. Of course, there is.
Right.
I'm just saying, are they like on a national level?
I think they still are. Like I think they still are ranked high in the national wise. But see, here's the thing for the listeners, y'all don't understand that there are schools that when they beat Chester. There have been times where the principal had to get on the microphone and go, "Oh, don't think just because we finally beat Chester, y'all gonna have a day off of school." There have been times where because Chester is, for a lack of a better term, Chester holds the record in Pennsylvania for the most state titles in the state of Pennsylvania with 8. They're essentially like the Patriots or the Lakers or the Celtics. Like when it comes to championships in Pennsylvania, Chester is that dog. But it's just like growing up, I remember growing up, going to the games, and like these schools finally beat Chester, and there have been some schools that just because they beat Chester, they get a day off of school because they finally beat the big bad giant. And then there have been sometimes where the principal will get on the microphone and go, "Oh yeah, just to let y'all know, just because we beat Chester tonight doesn't mean you guys are going to get a day off from school." Like, so like, because
I feel like there are schools in Texas, football schools in Texas that go through the same deal.
Right. So like it's so like I said, like so growing up, even when like because there've been times where like Chester has been on like ESPN and ESPN2 with their games, and like people be like, "Oh wait, that's that school that beat us." And like people from like Michigan are tweeting talk about when Chester beat their team at like some tournament in California. You know what I mean? Like, so like Chester has a presence, especially when Rondé Hollis Jefferson was playing. When Rondé Hollis Jefferson was playing and he was part of the whole like McDonald's like team and all that stuff, and he was getting notoriety and he was putting a hurting on people. So that's what I'm saying. Like there's a presence with Chester, and that like culture wise, it's almost like it's like the U. It's like you with football.
That's in our section at least where we live at in PG, it is Eleanor Roosevelt there's two of them. There's Eleanor Roosevelt and there's DeMatha.
Yeah.
Eleanor Roosevelt is the public school. They had quite a
I'm trying to think so you said Eleanor Roosevelt and what was the other one?
DeMatha. Now DeMatha, everybody knows about DeMatha because they rank every year in basketball and in football. And in soccer also.
I gotta check with my dad to see if we've played those two teams.
You probably played them. Your dad probably played DeMatha probably once or twice. They had to be. Eleanor Roosevelt, that's iffy because the reason why is because Eleanor Roosevelt, they usually get it's weird. Roosevelt, for some strange reason, they will get the hottest basketball player. They will always get the best. If you're in northern Prince George's County, it doesn't matter where you live at, they're going to get you so you can come to that school. It's almost on that. Delonte, like when I was graduating, Delonte West was the big dog, and let me tell you something. He made every Roosevelt game feel like you were going against the Chicago Bulls. That's the way that Roosevelt rocked it for a minute. They still do. I don't know how strong they are in the county though.
That's what it was like when Delonte's former college teammate Jameer Nelson was playing with Chester. Like with
he played for Chester.
Yeah,
Jameer Nelson.
Jameer played for Chester, and then St. Joe's.
They killed it at St. Joe's. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So like when Jameer was playing, oh my god, because we knew what we had. And then it was like, and then so like everybody, like games would be packed. I'm talking packed, standing room only. Especially if it was a rival game, like if it was like Academy Park or Penwood, man, listen.
I think and that's why I said like in the Matha is the big Catholic school. They get everybody. I mean everybody. There's at least 3 people in MLS that play MLS right now. There's at least 2 NBA players. I think one of them is Cook. I think
Quinn Cook.
I think
Quinn Cook.
Yeah, I think it's Quinn.
I don't think he came out of the Matha. No, he didn't. Oladipo came out. Came out of the Matha though.
Yeah.
But God, did he come out? Yes, he did. But yeah, that's the high school where everybody comes out of. The only problem about it is this: if you go to the Matha and you play for the Matha, you're there for a sport. You're definitely there for a sport.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like that's why you're there. Now, that being said about the Matha and their basketball program, football program, one of my friends, he used to coach for TC Williams, which is one of the big dogs here in DC, and still is. They're not TC nowhere. I think they call it Alexandria High School or something like that now.
I think so.
Chris, they changed their name.
They've been changing their name multiple times at this stage.
Yeah, they didn't change their name. They're still the Titans. They're still the Titans, but they didn't change their name. But but that being said, even with them, they're a constant powerhouse. It's this constant. So I was like, yeah, man, what do you think about the Matha? Man, fuck the Matha.
Oh, real quick, breaking news.
Anyway,
millionaire mortgage lender Matt Ishiba is finalizing a purchase of the Phoenix Suns. This would end.
I forgot about the whole ownership thing. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
This would end the
I totally forgot about that racist shit.
The WNBA Mercury are also part of the purchase.
Well, they're going to have to be. They're going to have to be. See, that's the weird thing that is always fools everybody. Like, wait a minute. I thought the owners own the WNBA team too. Yes, they do. Why they don't pay them like that? Kind of not how that works. Okay.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. So, but that is a Working Title Sports Show. I don't know if we have one more because, next week is New Year's. I'm going to be kind of like out of town.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. We're going to have one more.
Push it. I'd rather just do it after New Year's, just kind of ring it in, hopefully Dallas beat the Eagles Christmas Eve. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Mania.
Yeah.
Gotta deal with Minshew Mania.
Yeah, gotta deal with that.
Hey, you deal with Justin Herbert staying on his P's and Q's because it's so weird with him.
It's not it. Like, listen, Herbert. Listen, I've already had to deal with Acho, the inferior Acho, talking all this shit. I'm already dealing with him talking about. I'm not gonna say anything bad about the Chargers or Justin Herbert until after week 18. Like, motherfucker, like, shut the fuck up. Like, you said, and you guys follow me on Twitter, so you guys know I was sharing that post where he said that I was either going to be the most irritable person that you would hate to hear on sports media, or I'll be forced to retire. The Chargers beat the Dolphins, and the motherfucker is not a man of his fucking word. But then again,
nobody is, man.
This is the man who Justin Herbert had more completions in that game than Acho has had total tackles in his entire career. Herbert had 39 completions. Acho has only had a total of 33 tackles. Whereas his brother, on the other hand, compared to Emmanuel Acho's career, yeah, his older brother should be in the Hall of Fame if we're going by.
No bull crap. Nobody. Emmanuel should be, actually. I'm actually shocked. I don't think he will, but
compared to Emmanuel's stats,
comparable.
Very
compared to Emmanuel's stats, Samuel Acho should be in the Hall of Fame. But yeah, because here's the thing. The Colts, the former team of Mo, who now claims to be a Commanders fan, we don't have to deal with Jonathan Taylor. So that's a blow to the run game. Now, all we have to do is just cover Pittman. All we have to do is just cover Pittman.
Denzel. You are setting yourself up to put up that usual meme we see at the Chargers all the time.
I know. Like I said,
Yeah, I'm going
I
to
know.
see. I'm going to see it. Pain. I'm going to see it.
Yep.
I don't know what week you're going to do it, but I'm just going to see pain.
Again,
Pain
like
all the time.
like the scenario, like we have a scenario that we could clinch this week, but again, it's one of those weird, like how we became the 6th seed. The scenario, the fact that the scenario actually happened, the way it happened, I'm just like, what the fuck? Because we
Man,
needed the Raiders to win.
We'll
I
see
wasn't
about that.
expecting the Raiders to win that way.
No, we'll see because right now Justin Herbert, he's God, who's the villain who's the villain in 5?
Shit.
God, not Snakeface. I forgot his name.
Oh, Skullface.
Scarface. Like, do you know why
God damn it.
Do you know why we didn't make the playoffs? Because I think I'll be forced to tell you.
And like I said, like
All
the
of
fact
these
that
people, Snake, they want us to
like the fact that we have
touchdowns.
we
Don't
have
mean nothing. Running game. Nothing.
I mean, let's be real, Denzel. To be fair, the Rams sucking, the Chargers had to be good to offset them paying off
Yeah.
that stadium, the $1 billion stadium, in some way, shape, or form.
A
So
part of me feels like both of you. Look, it feels like the Rams and Chargers are about to be holding hands together as the Diamond Dogs. I
Forever.
really feel like the Rams are going to become the Diamond Dogs, and they're even going to be funny. The city of Los Angeles is about to flip on them, and
I
it's not
say
even going to
this.
be funny. I
It's-
smell it coming.
It's the Thanos thing from Infinity War. You look at the Rams. You gave up all your first round picks. What did it cost you?
everything.
Everything.
So,
Like,
yeah,
what?
so like-
Look, snap Jeff Fisher's neck. Snap.
Yeah, so we have the Colts this week. Then the following week, so next Monday we have the Colts. Then after that we have the Rams, and then we close with the Broncos.
Understand, Denzel. Your team has to spot the Colts 25 points to make it a challenge.
Also, I know where that pain's coming from. I know where the pain's going to come from.
The Rams.
The Colts.
It's going to come from this. Well, that's an amazing game. 5 touchdowns. I know. Broncos country. Let's ride. I will not put that evil on you.
Now, here's the thing, though, D. It depends on whether.
Because Russell's definitely saying Broncos country. Let's ride. He's definitely going to say that.
If it wasn't solidified this past weekend, he had a concussion. That knot on his fucking forehead solidified. Like, oh, he concussed. He ain't coming.
Man, I thought that knot was going to look down. You all right, nigga?
Yeah, I don't think he gonna be day to day. He gonna be week to week. But yeah, like
look, there was something on American Dad. It was like, oh my God, that bump in your head. What bump on my head? And then touched it. What are you talking about?
I really feel it's gonna be the Colts, but at the same time, I don't believe in you, Jeff Saturday. So nah, y'all gonna beat the Colts.
No, I don't believe so. So the scenario is, like I said, it's like I posted in the chat. The scenario is we win. I need the Patriots, the Jets, and the Raiders to lose.
You asking for too much of a favor, nigga.
That's
You
the
are asking for way too many favors.
I think it's the Patriots versus the Bengals. It's the Raiders and the Steelers.
God can only do so many miracles, you know.
And then I forget who the Jets are playing. I forget.
I was always told as a church boy, I was always told you can ask God for whatever you want, but don't expect for God to give you everything that you actually want.
Now, to be fair, Zach Wilson.
Okay, look. Now, Chris knows this. As you know, brother, God only gives you what you need. God doesn't give you what you did. Well, God, I deserve a mansion. God don't give you the mansion. What you gonna do? Exactly. You're gonna have to take what the Lord gives you.
Okay, so it's the Jaguars.
Chris, Matthew chapter 5.
Verse.
I've been in church long enough, nigga. I can do a whole sermon about God telling you no. Trust me, I already know that.
It was the Jaguars and the Jets, the Bengals and the Patriots, and then the Steelers and the Raiders.
Bengals should beat the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
You said
Steelers
Jaguars.
and Raiders is actually going to be the good game.
You said
It's
Jaguars.
going to be a good game. One reason why,
Jaguars and the
because
Jets.
Jaguars. Jets.
one reason why I say that was because the Raiders are going to have something to play for, and the Steelers. I will give Mike Tomlin this. He tells them niggas not to give up. I'm serious. And him doing that much, that team won 2 games this year they had no business winning.
I need the Jets to beat the Jaguars just to calm down Jaguars Nation. All right.
Nah. Jaguars Nation is going to be hot until next year, they should be. They should be happy from here on out. I don't think they're going. That doesn't mean they're necessarily going to win wins, but they're not going to make it to the playoffs.
Thursday games this season have been wonky as shit, and I'm expecting either a lopsided victory or a close game for no goddamn reason. But anyways, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
So we'll be back, and probably next year. We'll see you guys next year on the sports show.
We'll see you next year, y'all.
GoFundMe, folks. Support the GoFundMe.
Very much. Support us, GoFundMe, or I will kill you. I'm sorry, that's terrible. God, what am I talking about? Kill him?
Come to the door and leap kick you in the face.
Leap kick you.